Hi everyone, welcome to Reporting 101. My name is Blakesley. I'm an onboarding specialist here at MarketMan. And today we're going to be going over all the reports we have in MarketMan. We'll be looking at our dashboard, menu profitability, actual versus theoretical, cost of goods, and then we'll look over a couple miscellaneous reports at the end. So the first report we want to cover when we go into MarketMan is going to be our dashboard. Here is just the main screen of the dashboard. This can also be filtered by invoices and delivery notes. Here you can see it filtered by purchases by supplier, common purchased products, weekly purchasing, purchases versus target, and food cost. You can see also all of these graphs can be filtered by today, the week, the year, whatever you want. You can also filter this by orders and see purchases all by your orders, purchased by supplier, common products, weekly purchasing, etc. So just remember that you can filter this dashboard. Now the first report we're going to look into today is going to be the menu profitability report. This is found underneath the inventory section. To produce the menu profitability report, you're going to need to have your sales either connected or manually uploaded and have your recipes built out. From here, we'll be able to see our menu name, the quantity sold, the menu item price, net item price, and the total sales of that item. Then we can see our recipe ingredient costs. We'll see that in a percentage as well, and then our total costs and our profit. And then we obviously have our category all the way on the right. Every single one of these columns is filterable, so all you have to do is click and it will filter it for you. This is a great place to come in and see what your top sellers are, maybe where you're losing money, if you want to have a happy hour or a special, etc. So if you want to see your top sellers, you're just going to come into profit. And you want to filter so we see the top one. So here we can see that our California Rosé is our most profitable. We can also see which ones are costing us the most money. So if we want to filter by total ingredient cost, here we can see that our top seller is also costing us the most money. So this is a good place to come in and maybe modify your prices of a menu item, etc. The next report we're going to be looking at is the actual versus theoretical report. This is also found in the inventory section. The actual versus theoretical report is one of the most powerful reports in MarketMan, but it's also one of the most hard to obtain. This is just because so much data is going into it. So in order to produce this report, you're going to need 2 inventory counts, your recipes filled out, your sales connected or manually uploaded, and also your purchases. So if you come up here and you click, you're going to choose 2 different inventory counts and then click Run Report. From here, it's going to generate the report for you. Now, if we come through here, we can see our actual usage and our theoretical usage. To see our actual usage, this is going to be our opening inventory plus our purchases subtracted by our closing inventory, and that will give us our actual usage. Our theoretical usage is our sales, any waste events, and production events. It will give us a variance quantity, and then we'll be able to see our actual cost. If you forget what any of these columns are, just come up to the top and hover over the question mark and it will tell you. So there's 2 different types of variances we can get in MarketMan. One is a positive and one is a negative. So first I'll go through a positive variance. So if we come here to our Renwood wine. So here we can see we opened with 5 liters, we purchased 3 liters, and we closed with 5. So that's telling us that we actually used 3 liters of wine. However, according to our sales, we sold 26.05 liters of wine. There was none wasted, and it wasn't included in any production events. So we have a positive variance of 23.05. So this is what's missing. When we have a positive variance, the first thing you want to check is your recipes, because maybe this isn't built out correctly. Maybe it's in a menu item that's being sold and it's not added to the menu item. Maybe it's a modifier, etc. So that's the first thing you're going to want to check. The other type of variance we have is a negative variance. So for example, if we go here to our Black Oak Chardonnay, we opened with 3.5 3.75 liters of wine. We purchased 6 and we closed with 3.75 liters. So that's showing us that we actually used 6. However, according to our sales, we didn't sell any, we didn't waste any, and it wasn't used in any production events. When we have a negative variance, this is where we want to look at overportioning, theft. You can also go in and check your recipes, but that's where a negative variance is going to come from. All of these columns are filterable, so you can also double click on your variances and see which ones are the most high, positive, and negative. You just want to come in here and make sure over time, like you're always going to have a variance, obviously, because nothing's perfect. But if you have a consistent variance over time, maybe that's when you want to look a little bit deeper into that. The next report we're going to be looking at is our cost of goods report. The cost of goods report is going to be underneath the reporting section. In order to produce the cost of goods report, you're going to need 2 inventory counts, your sales summary, and you need to be receiving all your orders through MarketMan. When you come into the cost of goods report, if you see a green square around the date, that means that was an opening count. And if you see a blue, that's a closing count. You can filter this with or without inventory counts. So here we're just going to come through, choose to, and click confirm, and it's going to generate the report for us. Before we take a look at the cost of goods report, you also want to make sure up in the right-hand corner where the gear icon is, that all of our inventory categories and POS categories are accounted for. So when you first come in here, if you see any outliers like this, all you have to do is come in, drag and drop into our MarketMan categories, and we can see them all in here. When you're done, you'll click Save. So in our cost of goods report, we can see our overall cost of goods and our gross profit. It's also broken down by category. So if any of these categories seem very high, all you have to do is come in and click on the category name and it will break it down for you. Here we can see our food cost of goods and gross profit, and it's also going to break it down into sections. So we can see all our categories are protein, pizza, dairy, produce, pantry, whatever it is. And when you scroll down, it's going to break it down for you. Here you can see the percentage and the actual cost of goods. When you're done looking at a category, just come to the right-hand corner and X out of it. We also can see our cost of goods by the inventory item. So here we can see our opening inventory, purchase, and closing. You'll notice next to all of these columns, there's a little calculator. When you click on that, it's going to break it down for you into our opening inventory, purchases, transfers if you're a multi-location, closing inventory, and our actual usage and COGS. In this report, a good thing to do is come in and filter this percentage over here, and you can see which items are running the highest cost of goods. Just interesting to come in and look at and maybe modify these items. The next, now that we covered the 3 main reports, we're just going to go into a couple miscellaneous reports. The first report we're going to look at is going to be the purchase by item report, which is in the reporting section. So here we can filter to wherever we'd like, and it's just going to show you each inventory item and how many times it was purchased and the overall cost. And we'll be able to use the drop down on the side to see every single invoice that it was on. The other report I'm going to go over is going to be our price change report. In the price change report, we're going to see over a certain period of time all the products that had a change in price. So here you'll be able to see the product, the supplier, and then we can see all of them that were updated. So the old price to the new price, and it will give us a change percentage and variance. So here you can see our bacon was originally $8, but then it dropped down to $5. This is a good place to come in and just compare prices over time. The next thing we want to look at is going to be our orders by supplier. Here is just a nice screen to come into and see our overall orders by supplier, our total purchases, and the amount that you ordered from them. The next report we're going to look at is going to be the orders by item, which is right underneath the orders by supplier report. Here you can come in and see every product that was purchased by the supplier and the actual quantity. So here you can really see how much you're ordering of each item, the price, etc. One more report we want to look at is the open orders report. In the open orders report, you'll be able to come in here and see any orders that haven't been received. You want to make sure that you really are receiving all your orders. If we did have an open order, it would just say the supplier, the order number, and the total, and you can just click on the invoice number and it will bring you right to the receiving screen, and there you can receive your order. So that is pretty much all the main reports in MarketMan. So we went over our menu profitability report, actual versus theoretical, cost of goods, purchased by items, price change, orders by supplier and by item, and open orders. If you're interested in learning more about reports or diving a little bit deeper into them, feel free to contact your account manager. We're also going to open this up to questions in the next few minutes, so feel free to stick around. Before we wrap this up, I just wanted to mention one more thing, which would be our referral program. If you come up in the right-hand corner and click on Refer a Friend, any friend that you refer to MarketMan and they sign up, you will receive a $250 Amazon gift card. So this is pretty awesome. It's a no-brainer. So make sure that you want to check this out. I'll be sending out a recording of this webinar as well, but now I'm going to open it up to questions. Thank you.